You know, for decades, Hollywood's been the undisputed king of storytelling. But what if that whole kingdom is, well, broken? Today, we're going to dig into a pretty radical new idea called Indikin that asks one massive question. Can crypto actually fix Hollywood?
Okay, so this quote, it really gets to the heart of a broken system. In the world of movies and art, you're either making the stuff or you're consuming it. The thing is, for way too long, that relationship has been a completely one-way street, leaving the actual creators with very little power and, frankly, even less pay.
All right, here's the game plan for this explainer. First up, we're going to look at what's called the creator's dilemma. Then, we'll dive into the two broken systems that are failing them. After that, we'll see how Indikin offers a third way, get into how it works, and even touch on how you can get involved. And finally, we'll tackle the big one. Is this the future of film?
So let's talk about the creator's dilemma. It has literally never been easier to make something and share it with the entire world. But for so many talented people, that's exactly where the dream grinds to a halt. The paradox is that even though the tools are in everyone's hands, actually making a living from your creativity has become almost impossible.
Okay, get ready for this number, because it says it all. A whopping 90%. That is the percentage of creators on a major platform, a platform designed to support them, who are earning less than minimum wage. The whole creator economy was supposed to be this huge revolution, but for most people, it's just another dead end.
And if you thought that was bad, it gets worse. Only 12%, just 12% of full-time creators make more than 50 grand a year. The system is basically a giant pyramid, right? The top 1% are raking it in, and everyone else is just left fighting for the scraps.
So what does this all mean? Well, it basically leaves filmmakers with two terrible choices. A dead end that's guarded by these giant gatekeepers, or a hamster wheel that just never, ever stops spinning.
So you've got two paths, right? On one side, there's the old-school studio system. Sure, they've got the money and the distribution, but it is all about gatekeepers. To get your foot in the door, you often have to sign away your intellectual property, your great idea, and take some really unfair deals. On the other side, you've got the creator economy. Access is open, but you're at the complete mercy of algorithms that can change on a whim and destroy your income overnight. It just leads to total burnout and a super unstable life. Neither system is working for most creators.
Okay, so if both systems are broken, what if there's a third way? This is where Indikin comes in. It's a decentralized filmmaking ecosystem that's trying to completely rewrite the rulebook. It's built on the Pulse Chain blockchain, and it's creating a new model for making movies, one that's all about community, connection, and what they call kinship. At its heart, Indikin's mission is actually pretty simple. Give the power back to independent filmmakers. It's a system that's designed to help them fund their projects, get their work out there, and connect directly with the people who love what they do. No gatekeepers, no algorithms, and no one to ask for permission.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's powering this new creative economy. And don't worry, we're going to keep it simple.
All right, first thing you need to know about are filmmaker tokens. Every single filmmaker in the system gets their own unique token. Now, the easiest way to think about this is like buying special merch from your favorite band. Except, instead of a t-shirt, this merch can unlock special perks and even give you a share of the money their films make. It's a way to directly invest in a creator you really believe in.
And then you have the main token for the whole ecosystem, which is called $Indikin. So if those individual tokens are like supporting one artist, holding the $Indikin token is like owning a piece of the entire film festival. It's basically an index of all the filmmakers on the platform. So by holding it, you get exposure to the success of the whole collective.
Now, this is where it gets really cool, because the beauty of the whole thing is how transparent it is. When a fan pays to stream a film, a smart contract on the blockchain automatically, and I mean automatically, splits the revenue. The filmmaker, their crew, their token holders, they all get paid instantly. And a piece of it goes right back into a community production fund, which creates this self-sustaining cycle to get new movies made.
Let's actually look at the numbers. Here's a simulation of how that revenue split works for, say, a $6 film rental. As you can see, the creators and their crew get the biggest slice of the pie. But a huge chunk also goes to the people holding their tokens, the holders of the main ecosystem token, and right back into that production fund. It's all out in the open, no black boxes, no Hollywood accounting.
So you might be thinking, this sounds cool, but is it some exclusive club? Nope, not at all. It's designed for pretty much everyone to participate. Let's talk about how you can join the kinship.
Especially if you're maybe a little crypto curious but not a total expert, getting started is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, you'll need a crypto wallet that works with the Pulse Chain network. Then step 2, you'll get some of that network's native token, which is called $PLS. And from there, step 3, you can just use a decentralized exchange to swap for either the main Indikin token or a specific filmmaker's token you want to support.
And really, when we say it's for everyone, we mean it. The ecosystem has a spot for independent filmmakers, obviously, but also for DeFi beginners, total crypto natives, accredited investors, and of course, just regular film fans who want to support movies they believe in.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and think about the really big picture here. What does a model like this actually mean for the future of film and for storytelling itself?
You see, the ultimate goal here is actually way bigger than just one platform or a few movies. It's about using the power of storytelling to bring Web3 to the masses. It's about bridging that gap between mainstream culture and the blockchain by giving people a real, tangible way to own a piece of the art they love. And all this brings us back to our final, kind of provocative question, a phrase that actually comes from the project's own founders. They've talked about building a filmmaker cult, a passionate, super tight-knit community that's all in on a new way of creating. So could a group like that, armed with these new decentralized tools, really be the ones to build the future of cinema? Well, that's a story that's still being written.
All aboard! All aboard the Christmas Indikin Film Drop train. Good day, good day, good day, good morning, good evening, good noon, good after hours, whatever time it is, wherever you are in this old globe. Happy holidays to you. Are you ready for old Saint Nick to climb down the old chimney like the criminal that he is? The reverse criminal. He likes to leave and drop presents for all you good little girls and boys. The train has left the building. Today, we will be discussing an incredible movie called The Black Belle. It is my second feature film on my directing resume, and it's one that I am googly gawk balls proud of. Very proud of. But anyway, before we get into that part of the day, let's just take a look at, there's the Black Belle right there. There she is. That's who we're going to be looking at today. She's a man-eater. In the history of Belle Gunness, the Black Belle, the original Belle Gunness was the original Black Belle. She was the one that killed like 40 men. Like had 40 husbands and killed them all. Something like that. It's a crazy story. That's not how the Black Belle goes in our version. Our version is she's a man eater. She will eat your soul and leave you for dead. It's a comedy. Some say it's the Pulp Fiction of sexual comedies. I won't argue with that if you feel that way. I got a telephone call coming in. Oh, no, it's not. It's just an alarm telling me that the show has started. It is popping off. We started the show with our little Indikin intro that kind of gives you the breakdown of what it is that we are doing over here at Indikin. And it's a two-parter, right? It's like a funding system for filmmakers and creators funded by the great powers of DeFi with a liquidity webbed ecosystem all intertwined by filmmaker tokens and the native studio token, which is that called Indikin. And this is happening on the Pulse Chain blockchain, the most revolutionary chain with some of the smartest people in the crypto game, doing incredible projects and doing great things. It's been a tough time across the board for anybody in crypto on any chain. So I wish you all the best successes and wishes as we wrap up this year here of 2025. And I wish you guys all the greatest successes moving into the future of 2026. It's been an incredible ride and an incredible year. So this year with my family members here at the Indikin crew, we were really hoping we were going to do a Tom Peter Gillespie drop today, but he is working so dang hard on the DJN Doco series. Almost there. We'll be getting it soon. It's just, these things are hard. These things, there's so many bells and whistles, snaps and buttons that you need to connect to finalize your film, your series, your documentary, whatever it is that you're working on. If you're a filmmaker, you know this. If you're not a filmmaker, you probably could speculate and figure it out just by thinking of all the details and the ins and outs and the bells and the whistles that are attached to a film or a project such as this. It's not easy. You think it is. Well, maybe you don't. I don't think it is. Well, actually, I do think it is until I do it. Every time I make a movie, I always think it's super easy to do until I start doing it. And then I'm like, wow, the heck. If you want to jump in, first and foremost, I just want to shout out all of the Indikin pass holders. You guys are awesome. The numbers started ramping up in the last couple of weeks, so more people have bought in the pass. Shout out to you all. It means the world that you guys actually believe in us, believe in the films. We have incredible filmmakers already mixed into the cohort. We're looking for more. If you are a passionate MFer and believe in your skill set and have made a couple of things, come over and talk to us, see what we're all about. Take a look at Indikin.com as well as Indikin.online. Indikin.com will give you all sorts of information as well about what it is that this is that you're looking at and what we're doing. But if you want all the real juicy details, slide down to the bottom of Indikin.com into the resources. You can click on the light paper right here. It'll open up and show you all the content. This is the guts. This is the bubble guts. This is how Indikin works. This is the ecosystem. This is the breakdown. This is all the nuts and bolts, all the bells and whistles, telling you where the essentially the road. See, look at that roadmap. Hey yo, yes, everything is here that you need. If you're asking questions, this will answer, or come talk to myself or one of my partners, Dr. Teed, Hal, the great and lovely Georgia, aka Lola, and of course the Tom Peter Gillespie. And there are other filmmakers like Igloo Bamboo who has joined up, so he has lots of passion, lots of information, lots to say about what's going on with Indikin and his own projects as well. So yes, lots of information down here about the ecosystem as well. The filmmakers browse films, how it works, Indikin token. You can just take a look around. If you have questions, we're down to answer them. But yeah, shows you all sorts of things of the bells and whistles. Why don't we just get into? Let's have some fun here. I think I did my opening rambling monologue better than anybody in the business. Better than David Letterman, better than Johnny Carson. I don't know the new guys' names because I tuned out a long time ago. All right, let's go big. Let's go big on the screen here. Before I run the movie, we do have one of the, sort of like how we did at the beginning of the show here. I have prepared a little video piece with the help of Notebook LM that will break down a little bit of the behind the scenes of the Black Belle, maybe tell you a little bit about what it's about, all our stuff. There is a podcast that I generated as well, and it is quite hilarious. I don't know, maybe we'll listen to that. Maybe we won't. I'd rather show you the movie than the funny podcast. But anyway, let's do this little Notebook LM breakdown video thing right now before we start getting into the actual real film drop, which is the Black Belle, which was made in, what is it? I think it's 2010, 2011. Somewhere right in there. It was 6 months after I made On Holiday. My first film is when we started production on the Black Belle. It was a whirly-bird wind. I think it was 6 months. It might have been 6 months after we got back from the film festival or something like that. But okay, here we go. Let's jump into this little piece.
All right, let's get into this. Today, we're taking a look at a really bizarre, kind of chaotic, and, a completely unforgettable piece of indie filmmaking. We're talking about a movie that was written, shot, and edited in less than a month. This is the story of The Black Belle. So right out of the gate, the production notes just hit you with this: the pulp fiction of sex comedies. I mean, wow, that is a monumentally bold claim, right? It immediately makes you think, what on earth could this movie possibly be? And that's really the heart of the story here. So forget all the Hollywood polish. This is all about the glorious, messy, wonderful reality of guerrilla filmmaking. We're going to go on a journey from this wild reputation to the even wilder truth of how it all got made. Okay, so let's start with the film's identity on the surface. If you just read the box, The Black Belle is a raunchy experimental comedy all about this mysterious woman who just leaves a trail of ruined men wherever she goes. I mean, this line from the trailer, it tells you everything you need to know about her reputation. She's not just a person, she's this force of nature, this destructive power that guys, for some reason, are just inexplicably drawn to. And here's the central mystery. The title character, she's like the gravitational center of the whole film, but she's barely even in it. Get this, she doesn't speak her first line until 57 minutes into an 84-minute movie. Her presence is everywhere, but she herself, a total enigma. So where in the world did the idea for a character like this come from? Let's peel back that first layer and really look at the concept behind this modern-day man-eater. Believe it or not, the character is actually named after a real-life Norwegian-American serial killer, Belle Gunnes. The original Belle was what they called a Black Widow. Around the turn of the 20th century, she murdered over 40 suitors and husbands just for their money. A truly, truly gruesome historical figure. The film's version, though, she isn't a physical killer. The director, Brian McGuire, he describes her as a metaphorical one. She's this woman who emotionally and physically just runs through men, destroying their lives and, as he puts it, stealing their souls. She's treated less like a real person and more like a fantasy or some kind of folklore character. So you have this really high-concept, folklore-inspired character. But how do you actually bring that to life with, no resources? Let's talk about the execution and see how this whole thing became this scrappy, chaotic production. Just look at this timeline. This shows you the film's punk rock approach. The entire feature film, from the first word on the page to the final cut, was done in 27 days. I mean, to put that in perspective, the crew was shooting 13 to 16 pages of script a day, a pace that is it's almost unheard of in filmmaking. And really, the only way you can survive that kind of insane pressure is to be surrounded by people you trust. That's director Brian McGuire's core philosophy. It's a belief that's born from necessity, because when you have no budget, trust is literally your most valuable asset. The film was made with this super close-knit group of friends who'd worked together for years. They function less like a crew and more like a family. And nothing reinforces that family affair vibe more than this story right here. The legendary actor Harry Dean Stanton wasn't even offered a part at first, but he heard his friends were all making a movie together and basically demanded to be included. He just showed up and improvised a few absolute gems. Amazing. Okay, so we have a film named after a woman, inspired by a female serial killer. But let's peel back another layer here, because the reality is, this film isn't really about Belle at all. It's about how men talk about women. So here's the really crucial point. McGuire wanted to pull back what he calls the male curtain. The whole film is an exploration of male relationships, their insecurities, and the often crude, funny, and sometimes pathetic ways men discuss sex and relationships when they're all alone together. And the most bizarre example of this has to be the celebrity bar scene. So the actor James Duvall, playing himself, would tell the director these wild stories from autograph conventions, where all these icons from 80s and 90s movies would just hang out. McGuire thought it was hilarious and put it right into the movie, with the actors playing these exaggerated, kind of sordid versions of themselves. And just to give you a sense of the tone, here's a true story from the set. Ron Jeremy, a legend in his own field, right? He pulls the director aside to give a story note. The story involved, an accident during masturbation. Jeremy's note was that for the story to be believable, the climax had to happen before the accident. McGuire agreed, and that's the take they used. Utterly, utterly surreal. This kind of chaotic energy just completely defined the shoot. For this one standout 15-page scene in a basement, the director planned this elegant sequence of just 8 shots. But because of technical problems and that brutal schedule, it just evolved into a marathon of 64 different camera setups, all filmed in a single day in the actor's actual basement bedroom. Wild. So what do you get when you combine all of this? A historical killer, a lightning-fast shoot, a cast of best friends, and a focus on locker room talk? Well, this all leads us to the film's messy, but also very complicated legacy. So first, here's the take from the creator himself. For McGuire and his crew, the film was a pure expression of their artistic drive and this collaborative passion they all had. It was all about getting their vision on screen, by any means necessary. But then there's the critical perspective. The publication Cine Outsider called it narratively shapeless and like watching a total stranger's home movies. So the very same chaos and freedom that the creators celebrated were seen by critics as the film's biggest flaws. The divide here is just crystal clear. What one side saw as punk rock energy, the other side saw as messy and totally unfocused. What the filmmakers found hilarious and experimental, some critics found just vapid. It's the perfect storm for a cult film, right? Loved by some, loathed by others, but absolutely ignored by no one who sees it. And that kind of leaves us with the final question. Maybe a cult classic isn't defined by its perfection, but by its messy, undeniable humanity. Is it the raw passion, the happy accidents, and that bond between creators that ultimately earns a film its place in the midnight movie pantheon? That's definitely something to think about.
Something to think about, isn't it? All right. So before we get into the movie, I want to play a trailer, but I gotta pull it up. I gotta find it. I should have been doing that while we were in the break there. But I'm gonna play a trailer. There's 2 trailers that I've made for this movie, and I'd rather just play one of them before I start talking about it. So let me pull it up here. We'll watch it. We'll discuss it, and then we'll jump into a little chunk of the movie. We will check out the movie. All right, so let me, whoa, stop. All right, let's share this tab here. All right, it's shared to the screen, yeah? All right, beautiful. Okay, so let's watch this trailer and then we'll discuss.
Dear sweet Belle. You stay away from her because she's mine.
Meet the Black Belle.
There was this foreign supermodel chick there with huge tits and a perfect ass.
That is so fucking sexy.
What the fuck, man? This girl is a man-eater.
You have no idea what I go through with that woman.
I had another session, dude. Pretty much all night with Belganas. I cannot believe how much that girl loves Sunday. Well, she is like a blow-up doll.
Well, Dios, la maravillosa y... And her sexy friends.
You want to titty fuck my wife? We're the wild couple that's hosting this little erotic event this month.
I'm the sex doctor.
Okay, I'm jacking off, and I had to poop.
Tiene un chingo de sangre por todo lado. Qué vergüenza.
Like a bitch had a baby in the bathroom.
I was like coming for like 12 seconds. It was the best orgasm I've ever had.
You can put your hands all over her if you like that.
Honey, some pancakes.
What the fuck are you doing?
Brad's been fucking Belle.
So how come she's fucking me then, man? That doesn't make any sense.
The man who loves Belle, Franklin.
How's it going? Go away, dork.
So I'm going to discuss intercourse.
Franklin,
I bet you think I'm a big pussy, don't you?
what kind of girl do you like?
What is your greatest sexual fantasy? You're my perfect fantasy woman.
This is kind of cool. I'm actually really excited about this. It's crazy. This girl doesn't speak a word of English.
A whitesploitation film.
Wow. Now, what are you? Are you Latino or?
You look like you got beat up by 2 black dudes, man. You look good.
Trying to put my dick in the jet in a hot tub.
About sex.
Dile que soy ruidosa en la cama.
Dude, you have the biggest hickey right here.
The last time I played, I was raped.
These are roofies. I think we were date raped.
I'm very happy I'm not you.
Left my card in your purse.
Boring, man. Boring. It's not boring. It's like the conversation of sex is almost never boring.
Do you know what it's like to love someone so much that you would risk putting your own mom in prison for 20 years?
That's the lowest you can go.
This is a very decadent place.
Natasha Alam is the Black Belle.
I fucking told you, dude.
All right. There it is. There's the trailer, the whitesploitation trailer. All right, I mean, you got to think this movie's 2010 is when it was made. And if you remember on holiday from was that last week or the week before, which was my first film. If you saw that episode, you'll see, like there's a kind of a growing theme. There's a lot of characters in the first film, a lot of actors in the first film. There's kind of like a lot of characters building in the second film. If you watched on holiday, I like it when people watch my films in order because I think they get to see the progression, the ride, the journey that I've got to go on. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to. You can watch them all out of order, whatever. Let's just jump into it. Let's watch a couple of scenes. Maybe we'll watch the first two segments, the first two stories. So it's kind of broken out into stories. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Let me present to you the one and only, the Black Belle. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Well, sit down then. I bet you think I'm a big pussy, don't you?
No.
I had it all planned out. I was gonna call you a little dick faggot. I was gonna fucking kick bullet in your life and tell you stay away from her because she's mine. You have no idea what I go through with that woman. What the fuck? Do you have to fuck every woman on the planet? It can't be hard for a guy like you to get laid. Do you know what it's like to love someone so much that you would risk putting your own mom in prison for 20 years? Because I do. I mean, thank God nobody had to go to prison. Because if it had, man, I don't know. I mean, I might have let the old bitch rot, you know? Love her. Do you understand that? And I don't want to lose her. I can't lose her. She's all I have. She's my fucking heart, man. Without her, I'm nothing. All I have is my shitty job at management at Office Mart and her. She used to have this old boyfriend named Ortega. I mean, this guy, he would grab her by her fucking hair, throw her against the wall and pull out this black rubber-fisted dildo and beat the living shit out of her with it every day, man. I mean, he almost killed her, and it was me. I fucking saved her life. I got her out of there. Because I'd fucking die for her, man. So if you hear a word that I'm saying, it would be a good idea, man, to stay the fuck away from her.
Bro,
if I had any idea, any inkling, any clue that she had a man in her life, and a pretty cool guy, I might add, then I would have never so much as looked at her, much less lay one finger on her. You gotta try to understand. I'm a guy just like you. And I met her just like you did, on some random day of my life. Just like you. She never mentioned she had a man in her life. And to her defense and mine, we were both a little fucked up. It was a mistake, you know?
Fucking damn right it was a mistake.
I know, bro. I know. So let me just say that if you knew me, and you can ask any one of my friends, the people who know me, I mean like my real, actual friends who totally know me, and they will tell you that I would never, and I absolutely mean never, would I ever have intercourse with a woman who's involved with another man. Okay? I won't even kiss a girl if she's kissed a friend of mine. Except for one time when I was totally fucked up, but it wasn't my fault. I don't have a history of shit like this. My personal feelings about shit like this is that it's fucked up. Fucked up. So if you listen to what I'm saying, dude, it's not me that's a problem here, dude. 'Cause I had no idea. I gotta say, I am extremely sorry about this. I know how bad it can hurt. I've been there before. And it's a real shitty place. So please, accept my greatest and most sincere apology. I cannot say I'm sorry enough. I know. I don't know you or anything about you. But I can see that she means a lot to you. And that you go to the end of the world for her. I wish I had that.
Man, it's not your fault.
No, bro, please.
You don't have to say you're sorry. You had the courage to come talk to the boyfriend of the girl that you're fucking. I mean, that's cool, man.
It's cool, bro.
It's all good. No worries, man. Sorry, man. One thing I had planned out to say was that if I ever, and I mean ever, catch you with her again, I will kick your ass.
It's cool. I'm out, bro. It's over.
I just had to say that.
I understand.
Man to man.
So I was at my mother's house last weekend, and I found a copy of this book, Tropic of Cancer. You know it?
No.
Well, it's a pretty important book from the 30s, written by Henry Miller.
Yeah, no, Henry Miller. I know it.
You know what?
I know Henry Miller. I've heard of the book. I'm almost positive.
But the point is, Miller's shit is pretty brutally honest and like really sexually graphic. Fucking funny. You should read it.
It's super sexually graphic, and so that's the point is that I should read it.
No, the point is that my mother is reading a pretty hardcore sex book.
No, because it's from the 1930s, is what you just said, so it's not.
So you don't think people were having weird sex in the old days? And people used to wear pubic wigs called merkins. In Roman days, it was all just one big fucking orgy. It was just dudes humping dudes, humping, you know, in the middle of the street, guzzling wine, little boys and chicks,
right?
Tits and food.
So my dad sent me this picture that I drew when I was 8. It's a giant pussy with like a wolf cartoon head coming out of it, and it's got a skyline, a city skyline for pubic hair, and it says "Smell my wolf pussy."
Wolf? Yeah, man. That is fucked up. You probably need some medication.
No, I don't need some medication. I think that I was a normal 8-year-old. I was pretty horny, and I needed to start humping babes. I started humping babes a couple years later, so now I'm pretty normal, you know, just like a normal guy like you. Oh my god, my dick hurts so bad right now. I overworked it. It hurts so bad. It feels like it's rubbing up against the side of my pants. I feel like it's bleeding. Are you paying attention to me? Feels like fucking TV sashimi, dude. I had another session, dude. Pretty much all night without gunners.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, dude. I cannot believe how much that girl loves to suck dick. I'm fucking real, dude. Like no one else I've ever met, man. I seriously wonder if she even likes getting in the puss, dude. And don't get me wrong, because I love head. You know, if I had to choose a whole plug for the rest of my life, it would definitely be the mouth, but you have to change it up just for variety, you know?
Sure.
It's crazy, dude. She's cool, right? She's kind of cool. She can make you laugh. Girls cannot make me laugh. Ever. Almost ever.
That's good. That's a good sign. Yeah. You're very sensitive. Growing as a human.
That's a little loaded. No, it's not growing. I think it's a surprise. Maybe it's rare, but kind of like that. No? I want a hot dog. Do you want a hot dog?
Another one?
Yeah, she took all my protein, so I'm pretty hungry.
I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get one.
Hey, Franklin. It's Aiden. I'm about 4 blocks away from your store. I'm downtown. I'm with Brad. Aiden, I met Belle at the self-help get up and go thing. Yeah. Well, Brad's been fucking Belle. So, thought you might want to know that. On the corner of 4th and Los Angeles, heading north on Los Angeles.
Seriously though, can I just be real with you? The pussy is like a blow-up doll, like a super expensive blow-up pussy. It's almost perfect.
Boring, man. Boring.
It's not boring. It's like conversation of sex is almost never boring. Did I cock block you, or why are you acting this way? Am I a bastard?
No, it's not like that between me and her, you know? When I met her at the seminar, you know,
No, I know. You guys did these like super deep exercises. You developed like a long-term family bond, and that's kind of why I figured it would be okay for me to hump her, because it'd be weird if you guys humped, you know. But now that I have, you kind of have a great opportunity to get in there.
Stop talking.
She's just a nymphomaniac, so it'll be.
You gotta stop.
Come on, you're being a little bit weird right now, right? You're my number one. Why are you acting like this? How many times did I try to get you laid?
Just never worked. It's never worked.
I wouldn't say it's never worked, because what about Kimberly?
Gorilla Kim. Gorilla Kim. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you for that. You know, that was really. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's not a nice thing to say.
You say that.
I don't even really know what to say to that.
Well, you have to say shit, man, because you know what goes around comes around. So
what goes around comes around. What does that even mean? Why would you say that? What does that mean?
She has a boyfriend, man,
who she doesn't like at all.
That's not true, man. The whole reason she went to the seminar in the first place was to work on her relationship. So
how come she's fucking me then, man? It doesn't make any sense. Come on, the arc of the seminar wasn't successful, I feel like.
Hey, Brad, just Brad!
Since you've gone away, I tried to sleep. I can't get more.
Where the fuck up, dude? My pants are too tight. They're too tight.
I miss the shit out of you.
What the fuck is that? No. It's going there.
Right? She's like, and the next thing I know, we wind up in missionary position, and I'm hitting, right? And my arms and my hands are locked under her shoulder blades, right? And our legs are spread, and she's got her legs locked around my legs. So I'm like, can't move, but I'm just jiggling with it, and I'm hitting that, man. It's so good. And out of nowhere, dude, I feel this tongue lap my fucking nuggets up to the taint and up to the rusty sheriff's badge, dude. Out of nowhere, bro. And I'm just like panicking. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, dude. And I'm just stuck. She's got me on like supermodel leg lock, dude. And I just, fuck it. I surrender and I just go with it. Dude, I was like coming for like 12 seconds. It was the best orgasm I've ever had. And I look back and it's your fucking 80-pound pit bull looking at me, dude. And I get my hand free, try to swat it away. It starts fucking growling at me, right? I don't know what that did. I never saw that chick again. And I think about him sometimes, and man, I miss that dog.
It's a $10 pop. Yeah. Gonna charge him for something. My ring caught his cheek. Is this a different movie?
Wait, you guys never seen a D-level celebrity who got his ass licked by a dog?
Easy D-level. I got your D-level hanging right over there, bro.
At least a C level now that he fought Jack Bauer. Come on.
True.
Wait a second. Aren't you like
Ron Jeremy?
Holy shit, dude. The fucking.
You guys want a drink? I'm buying. But you have to order a round of Jameson's for yourselves and the boys.
Okay, coming right up.
Thanks, Jim.
You're on my tab, McGuire.
Just happened. You walk into a bar, the only people in here are movie stars.
No, that's obviously what I'm talking about, man. They're not all movie stars.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's Ron Jeremy and the handsome guy. I've definitely seen it from something.
That's Randall Pink Floyd. He's dazing confused. Oh my God, you're right. Hey, that's Hook from Thrashing.
Hook from Thrashing.
You ever see Thrashing?
Maybe. Yes, I did.
Maybe.
Joey. Oh my God, Nightmare on Elm Street. James Duval was the bunny of Donnie fucking Darko. Donnie Mello Darko. You need to move the fuck out.
Thank you. These are on James Duval. We're with them.
Thank you. That's crazy though, man. I mean, I've done a lot of crazy shit. I actually got caught by my stepmom trying to put my dick in the jet in a hot tub. The problem was it was a family barbecue. But I've never had a dog lick my ass, so congratulations on that.
Well, you should try it sometime. And lest we forget, he also licked my nuts.
I don't want to lick your ass.
All right, wait. I got one.
How the fuck are you know? Hey, can you ladies be quiet for a second? I'm trying to tell my sex story, cocksuckers.
Okay.
All right, so I'm on this flight to Paris, right? And I end up fucking the stewardess in the bathroom.
Well done.
Yeah, but she's on the rag. So at the end, I got blood all over my pants, my shirt. It's all over a cute little stewardess outfit.
Oh my God.
Looked like a bitch had a baby in the bathroom.
Nasty, dude.
I like it.
Your turn, RJ.
I don't want to play this game.
Oh,
Come on. What are you talking about, dude? You have the best stories of all.
Come on, tell all, bro.
Tell him.
Okay, I'm jacking off, and I had to poop. So as I climaxed, I pooped on my foot by accident.
That's not a sex story.
Dude, that is by all means a sex story.
Yeah, self-sex stories count. I mean, I was by myself in a hot tub. There were like 25 people around eating watermelon and hot dogs, but I was by myself. You're next, King James.
Oh, yeah. My turn? Bust it out, bro.
All right. At the last autograph show we were at, there was this foreign supermodel chick there with huge tits and a perfect ass. This chick was a mama, dude. Breeding stock. I mean, this chick was taller than me. I kid you not.
Most chicks are, bro.
Yeah, but not that talk to me. Anyway, she just wanted a picture with me in the bunny mask. So I was like, all right. So she waited all day for like 6 fucking hours, man. And every time I looked over, I would catch her staring at me.
Oh, wait. I remember the chick he's talking about. She was fucking hot.
This Amazon model of a woman ended up blowing me in the bathroom of the AM/PM 5 times in a row.
Everyone gets blown in the bathroom once in a while.
But wait, Ron, there is more. Every time she blew me, she would squat down, put my cock in her mouth, look right into my eyes, and mumble the words, "I love you, pee-pee."
Is she retarded?
And here's the topper. Every time she did this, she would piss on the floor, dude. Yeah, and I don't know why, but I would blow my load right then and there. And this happened every fucking time.
I'm just mostly impressed with the fact that you could come 5 times in a night. So well done.
So what happened? You break her heart?
No. God, fucking boyfriend caught us fucking on the hood of his car in front of his place.
Oh.
Yeah, I grabbed my clothes and had to run down the street butt-ass naked. My fucking car keys fell out. And I had to meet the dude at the dog park just to get my fucking keys back.
That's gay.
This dude was a fucking pussy. I mean, I thought he was gonna kill himself over this girl. Told me all these lies, how he used to beat up her ex-boyfriend, which is not true. Because this guy's a fucking gnarly warrior, dude. She told me everything. This guy was a fucking fag. What a dick.
Yeah, hold on. Well, wait a second.
Yeah, this looks like a pervert with a good sex story, right?
Okay, yeah. But it's almost identical to James. I used to know this girl who, Amazon, the yeah-yeahs, bad table manners, pee-pee in the mouth, constantly speaking. And, okay, wait, though.
Yo, Aiden, how the fuck did you know, man?
I don't know. Maybe you dropped something like James.
No. I always do a full inventory. That's not possible.
Yeah, maybe she grew a conscience.
No, what the fuck, man? This girl is a man-eater, all right? She does not have a conscience.
I don't know what to tell you.
No, nobody knew that we were fucking except for me, her, and you, dude.
Me, man? You really think that I would rat you out?
Listen, did you?
Bro, ratting on your boy is a big fart in the face.
That's the lowest you can go.
Like, if you think for even a second that I would tell on you, man, that is fucking bullshit, man. That is bullshit.
How the fuck did he know that?
I don't know. I'm not a psychic.
Jesus Christ. He might be a psychic. Because he found me walking perfectly on the corner with you.
Man, you're being paranoid.
No, I am not being paranoid.
Yeah, you're being.
Put things together, man.
Yeah, you're being paranoid because I'm your friend, and I would not rat on you no matter how jealous.
See, jealous. What is with the jealousy, right? Remember, you have to remember that you guys built this family bond with the exorcist. No, fuck you, Aiden.
Whoa. Hey, calm down, boys. Calm down.
Okay, you're right. I don't want to be rude.
You got proof?
You fucked the drinks. No, I don't have proof.
Well, there
but
you
it
go.
seems to be.
Hey.
Okay. Personally, I think you got to go with your boy's word, bro. Okay. He's right. So, bro, let me ask the question just so I can get it cleared out of my head, right?
I already answered your goddamn question.
No, but you haven't given me your fucking word, my friend. So look at me in the eyes and tell me, did you rat me out?
No.
You're a fucking liar,
No,
man.
I
You
am
turned us
not.
around into the corner. You took us right into him. You turned
Well,
us
the
around.
whole fucking reason I turned
into
you around because I was trying to protect you from the.
Protect me? You're trying to protect me.
When you were buying your second hot dog, I called him.
What the fuck? Oh, shit. Bye.
Hey, just chill. All right, chill. Fuck up. Both of you. Come on. Stop that. Get the fuck out of here. Came to the wrong spot. No. Take a fucking hike and don't come back. Fucking amateurs.
That was fucking hilarious.
Bags.
I was afraid for the nerdy one. It looked like he'd never been in a fight before in his life.
I thought they were going to fight to the death. I'd hate to see that shit.
Oh, my God.
Let's go get some Coke.
Oh, dude. I just farted when you said that.
Exactly.
RJ, you in?
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
Switch. I'll call my brother. Here he's got friends in Palm Springs. We'll get it here tonight.
You motherfucker. Shit. What the fuck are you doing in here? I told you if I ever caught you with her again, I'd kick your ass. Now you better have a good reason for being in this bar this very moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, fuckstick. You do not hit James Duval. Back off, Dazed and Confused. This is personal. Oh, ouch. Take out your phone and delete her number right now.
Okay, I'm doing it.
I want to see all of it.
Okay, see, look.
MySpace, Facebook,
Okay,
Twitter.
chill.
And delete her number too. I don't want that bitch fucking contacting you either.
Okay, it's done.
Good. Now if I ever see you again, with or without her, you're fucking dead.
Who's fucking dead? Rustler, lock the door.
Way ahead of you, Ron.
Yeah, who's dead now, motherfucker?
You said you'd die for her. Here's your fucking chance, dude.
Oh God, no!
Oh my universe, there it is. There we have it. There's the first two stories in the Black Belle we just shared here. What a fun ride. What a it's always memory lane for me. Whoa, wait a minute. Stop. How do I get this off the screen? Oh yeah, I remember. Let's go full screen. It's always memory lane for me. Whenever I watch these movies, it's insane. They're like it's like a photo journal, photo album. It just brings back memories of the moment of shooting these things. I mean, unfortunately, one of the actors in that film, Joey Capone, has passed away, and so the great thing about watching these films that he's in, because he's in most of my films, but every time I watch and I see him, it doesn't make me sad. It makes me happy to see him, and it brings back all happy memories. And I wasn't sure. I didn't know that would be a factor in making movies, but yeah. So if I sort of have gotten to, capture some of the moments in my life, and by way of making narrative films, that it really has treasure trove. It's a treasure. Each film has many, many jewels and gems inside of them. And the Black Belle, as I was watching there, because I haven't watched it in a long, long time. It's almost a 15-year-old movie at this point. There's a scene at the dog park. There's a guy that's just in the middle of the dog park with this dog looking basically directly at camera at one point. And that's my buddy George Stanford. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Or the opening sequence with the credits. There's all these people walking by and stuff, subtly kind of, twisted into the story. Some of the main characters, everybody's kind of in that shot, but you would only notice if you went back and watched it a couple of times. All right, let me bring my co-host and co-most to the stage here. The Miss Great and Wonderful and ever so powerful.
Hello, Indikins. This is for you, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Man, I just to get your autograph. Oh my God. Wow. If people hello everyone. Hello, Indikins. Thank you so much for being here, for being with us. And I'm so sorry I couldn't be here earlier. I work 9 to 5, so I'm taking a break right now to join you. And I wanted to be here so much because you know how much I put I got dressed for you. I put my, I'm your reindeer today, Mr. Santa Claus.
Amen. I like it.
What an amazing talent you have. It is so funny because I was watching the movie, and it's the first time that I watched the movie. We have, when I watch a movie, I want to sit down. I want to have peace. I want to absorb everything. And I was waiting for my holidays, but I could hear your voice in every single character. Things that you say on a daily basis, guys, I can hear you. You've included yourself in every single character. Is every single character part of you?
Yeah, you know what? I was noticing that too. And when I was watching this, there's definitely, like most of the stories are my personal stories, or they're conversations I had, or they're slices of my life that are intertwined into the screenplay, because I've written the screenplay, and then the actors come in and they have, it's fun to watch the way they deliver some of the lines and stuff like especially these celebrity actors that are in there.
The big names. When I saw that, when I saw the promo, I was like, wait a minute. Is this because Brian and I became friends before even me knowing everything that he has done? So I knew Brian the person before I knew Brian the artist, the filmmaker, the actor, the producer, the screenwriter. So it is incredible.
It is. It's incredible on so many levels. That's like my second film. It was it was like the way it rolled. We made the first film. I made on holiday, bounced around to some film festivals, and almost quickly after, the whole crew, some of the producers, the executive producers that I had worked with, they're like, when are we making another movie? And so it was
how did that happen? How do you get, I know that you're friends with Mr. Duval, and I know that you have been in the business for a long time. You work in many productions besides your own, but how do you get how do you start? You just pick up the phone and say, I'm doing this. How did you How do you number one, how did you get those people to be in the film? Number two, how did you feel when you knew that these big names, wanted to be part of your film?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's crazy because a lot of the names and some of the people that I've gotten to work with, I looked up to them before I knew them, and I loved their movies. Like James Duval, I loved his movies. I loved Harry Dean Stanton's films. John Hawkes, loved his films. Mark Boone Jr., like a huge fan of his work. I mean, he's in so many movies, in so many of my favorite films. And like, it almost is like in hindsight, like it was like, because it just was time. It was like coming out here to Los Angeles from Austin, already had been acting a bunch in Texas and stuff, like, what a big fish in a small pond sort of vibe or whatever. So it was like time to, jump out here. And so I only thought I was going to be an actor. That was the goal. I never thought I would write and direct films, but after acting in a film that I made with a group of my friends called In Search of a Midnight Kiss, and it was made for like peanuts, like no money, but the movie ended up becoming like a real movie that was, like in theaters all over the world, in Spain and Poland and London, here in the States. And that movie was kind of a story that, like, I was playing myself in that movie, like myself in a relationship that I had previously. And the director who wrote that movie was living with me, and he had just kind of written his life into this story. And I guess the fact that it related to so many people and it worked and got to the big screen was like, I think that's the formula that I want to chase, is this right.
I know that you use that formula in pretty much all your movies. You include your life and life in all your movies.
And the Black Belle is kind of no different than that too, So after doing the first film and kind of roping in a couple of those actors, it was kind of easy to get them again. But at the time I was living with James Duval, he was my roommate, and that was like a surreal sort of scenario that had happened, because my best friend Brett Roberts, who produced most of these films, he's also in the Black Belle as well as on Holiday. But he knew James from just auditioning. He was an actor and he had been in the game, like when I first moved to Los Angeles, I came here to be an actor. Then I almost like pivoted right away and started like DJing at raves and in the deserts and warehouses and stuff for the first like 5-6 years that I was here. And then I transitioned back into acting and met Brett Roberts, and he introduced me basically to the world. Like, he was the life of Hollywood, basically.
I know that people don't like Hollywood, but this is where things happen. Most of the big deals are made here. Obviously, you meet the key people, and then
so I met most of these people in bars, like playing music. Like, we were like playing songs, and like most of these other actors that are in there, they all play music. And so we started to kind of just meet like in that nightlife scene, and we just like start making movies, and you're like, these guys are actors, like, well, maybe James Duval will want to be in our movie, like, and then you ask, and he's like, absolutely. And then it's like, he's wanted to be in every film that I've made. We're still great friends. We're talking about making some stuff in the future. And it's just like, just natural. It was, what I mean? It is sadly or unsadly who what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you do have to network and kind of get out there and throw yourself to the wolves and let yourself meet people. And, so that's it. That's how those people.
I did an interview with Lee Supersinski. He's a producer for Futurama, and he was on The Simpsons, and his son went to school with my son. So before I knew what he was doing, I met him as a person, and I say, what would you recommend to someone who wants to start to be what you are now, or maybe you still want to be, maybe you haven't reached all the goals that you want in your life and your career. So if you have yourself in front of you when you were younger, what would you tell yourself? This is the right path. Take this path. I make the mistake, looking back at your mistakes, what would you tell yourself 20 years back?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know, because there's moments in where I feel very like, oh, I've made it. Like, in certain ways, I feel like I've done it. Like, I've gotten to make a lot of movies with people that I looked up to. I've gotten to tell the stories that I wanted to do. So the path that I've taken has been like rewarding in other ways, but other ways it's been lonely. It's been financially not the grandest,
I was going to tell you, do you sacrifice what is one thing that you will never sacrifice?
Yeah, I mean, I have a problem of like, like right now I'm like making 2 movies, and I'd rather do that and not get paid than like get paid like hundreds of dollars a day doing some job, even though like, and that kind of like happened recently where like it was offered something, but I'm like, but I've scheduled all these shoots and I have this, it's like I don't know. I wish I could I just need more money all the time. You know what I mean?
Know, but if you didn't have that, forget about the lack of resources. If you, let's say, if you had just the basics to live, are you happy?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's important.
There's so many different kinds of films. There's so many different ways to go at it. Like I don't think when I first started, did I want to make like Hollywood films? Like, yes, but now I'm not so sure I do, because I've heard so many crazy stories about control or lack of control, or, like it sounds so stressful that I would rather, build something like Indikin with like filmmakers that have hearts, and like build a community that like understands like the heart of what it is that these filmmakers are trying to do. And
it's hard.
It's got to be about love and support and family.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's what it feels like, guys. For me, Indikin feels like a family. These guys, I met some of them in person. We got the old-fashioned touching and the hug, and I get emotional by just like the feeling. I go a lot about the feeling, the touching stuff.
Yeah,
in a good sense of the word, guys. But but it is a family. I call them my brothers from another mother, because everyone who comes a member of the Indikin, the filmmakers, we have so much in common. We're so different, and we have so much in common. And I think that common thing that we have is it's a warm heart. We care for the other person. And that's something so important that it's right now, it's so artificial. Everything is so artificial that it's.
Yeah, like I don't want to say like, the cliche that, there's a lack of this in the world and whatnot, but like there's an opportunity to raise for creators, filmmakers, to raise funds differently, like, and if you're raising funds differently or have access to funds in a way that like doesn't like pressure you to make certain things, or what I mean, like that's like to build an ecosystem where it's like legit about the art and the people behind the art. Like we're needing that across several lanes in the world. You know what I mean? Like it's more authentico, more originality, more heart, more like pay attention and listen, like.
Now, what was, let's go back to your film, because she was a superstar today, and I just took the whole thing and destroyed and went the other way. I have so many questions for Brian, guys, and for all of the filmmakers, for anyone who has, who's a creative mind. But what was your biggest challenge with that particular movie?
Probably the like, being like still so green to making films, and I made the On Holiday in 10 days. So for some reason I was like, well, I mean, I could probably make this one in 9. So I wanted like shorter time versus more time, because I also was like knowing like, oh, that's cheaper. Like the faster I can do it, the cheaper it's gonna be. So like shooting like 15 pages a day, like basically we were like shooting a short film a day, where like, in a normal film you might shoot like 3 to 5 pages a day, and I was like trying to do triple that, so
and it has to do with the talent that you had too. It's like you had, top of the line talent. So
absolutely.
Good writing,
behind
talent.
the camera. Like there's a scene, the next scene coming up right where we stop watching the movie. I'm acting in it with my friend and the producer Brett Roberts, and I wanted to do that the whole scene in like 4 shots or maybe 8 shots or something. And the director of photography was like, no, we can't do it in 4 shots. We need to do it in more. We don't have the lighting to do it the way you want to do it. So I was like, all right, whatever, just start. We'll just shoot those shots and then we'll see what happens. So we shot those shots. And then he was like, now what? And I'm like, I don't know now what. That's the way I wanted to shoot the thing. And he was
It's
like,
a movie. You should have done a movie of, making the movie. Maybe that's a good story for next. Maybe I can follow you with the camera and just like record everything around when you're doing your next movie.
Yeah,
maybe we can do that.
I've become obsessed with this director recently, named Kaveh Azedi, and he is like the most honest. Like he's almost like an honesty activist in his films, and he has a show which you can find on YouTube. Like they're like 13 minutes to 20-minute long episodes, but the show is called The Show About the Show, and it's
something like that. Yeah,
exactly what you just said. Like every episode is a behind the scenes of the last episode, and so the season spirals down in this really crazy way.
Yeah, you can do like the infinite loop of movies, of filmmakers.
That's kind of what his stuff is a little bit. It's pretty funny.
Kind of like that. I think it will be amazing to see what's going on behind. I'm definitely going to be hanging out. If you're filming a movie with names like this again, any movie that you do, man, I want to be doing catering. I want to do anything that you need there.
Yeah. So time constraints like really made put a lot of pressure to get this movie made. But like that one scene that I'm actually in, like I wanted it to be 4 shots. It ended up being 64 shots. And so by the end of that day, I was kind of like a little lost as a director. Also, too, acting in it, like I'm even more lost. So I was a little bummed, and I felt like it was getting away from me. And my director of photography, his name is Jared Varava, he like saw me being a little salty, and he goes, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And he pulled me outside, and like I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm in trouble," kind of the way he said it. Now. But he just kind of explained something to me that stuck with me.
Like, Duval slap.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did kind of like give me a little slap, but he taught me a lesson that was so valuable, because I was like a little bummed that we weren't shooting it the way that I wanted, the way that I storyboarded it. This is my plan. This is the way I want to do it. And he goes, man, you got to realize on these kinds of films, especially low budget films, your plans are going to change all the time. Like in the script is not like God. It's just a tool to help you make your movie. So once I heard that, it stayed with me, and I was like way more open to change on the day, going forward.
For people who's not into films and they're just fans like me, I'm a big fan of films. What is a low budget movie? What is what are is there a bracket in between the money and how? If you don't mind saying how much this movie cost?
Sure. Yeah, no, this one was like. When I say low budget, like, yeah, you say low budget, and somebody might think you're talking about like $1 million or $5 million or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, no,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about
like $30,000, somewhere in the ballpark of that for this film. That's about what was spent
with this level. And the artists, did the artists get paid, or they just work?
Everybody, all the actors and anybody who worked on the movie, cast and crew, all got paid for sure.
That's amazing.
Oh, you're not getting paid that much.
I know, it's a lot of work.
You're getting something though,
But it's hours and hours and hours and equipment and
you got to rent the equipment.
Catering, the food that you need to have for the standby. You have to have the location. It's a lot of money involved in a movie. Any movie,
it is,
including a low budget.
Yeah, and there's no even the lowest of budgets like always end up costing, like
that's what you learn.
You start editing, and then like if you get it, if you're trying to take it out to like a film festival and all that stuff, say you get into a good one, then you have to like spend the money to get a publicist, you know what I mean, or else nobody's gonna hear about it or see it. So it's just like keep
the
paying,
tickets. You have to go to the events cost. Yeah. It's very, very expensive. So when you guys go to that movie that cost you, $12, $16 to get in, you know what, you are actually, it's cheap. It's very cheap.
I mean, you know what, it's so worth it. Like even like this filmmaker I was just telling you about, Kaveh Azedi, like I geeked out on him. I was talking about my own films at a coffee shop like a week ago, and some stranger goes, "Oh, the way you talk about your films, it reminds me of this dude." I went home, watched that film that the guy told me about, and then watched 4 other films from him, and watched 2 TV shows this guy's made, and written him a long letter already. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
how inspired I am by this other filmmaker who has work I'd never seen before. But he's kind of like reminds me of me a little bit, where like he's worked with some people, he's done some things, you know, he's probably done more things, like bigger things, you know, bigger festivals than I've done in this and that. But still, like the way he talks about his movies and stuff, it's like at times he feels unseen or unheard or whatever, you know, like.
Is that how you feel sometimes?
Absolutely, absolutely. But what I'm more the other side of it though is like the inspiration that this fella and his films has given me is like why I will go through the pain of making these movies, low budget, high, but whatever budget, just for the simple chance that somebody else might get infected and feel something from one of these films, the way that I have from Cave's films or other people that I love and champion just along my entire life. Like,
well, guess what?
Flash Gordon, man, watching Flash Gordon at 2 a.m. in the morning, last screening of on HBO as like a 5-year-old, having to sneak out to the living room to do it because my mom did not want me to do it. But like, you know what I mean? Like these moments are like riddled throughout my life. And it's like, I could I could make a movie about my life told only through movies.
And that's coming soon, guys. Someone looked into that. Someone looked into your story and he thought it was worth telling. So that's coming soon. We'll talk about that later on. But now we have Black Belle, the character. They were talking a little bit about the character in your presentation. And you said that she was like the Black Widow and she killed men, but not kill them, but kill their soul, kill their feelings,
the real Black Belle killed men. She was like, you know, she had like, I don't know, 40 husbands and killed them all or something. She was her name was actually Belle Gunness, and it was like in the, I think the 30s or the 40s, maybe I can't remember the decade, but yeah, she was like a legendary, the original Black Widow. And so, you know, that's where I was like, oh, in our movie, our Black Widow is more of like a sexual man-eater and eats the souls of men and twists them up. And, you know, like,
I swear it's not me.
If it's kind of, you know, like maybe it's too hard to tell or to pay attention to or like to figure out it so far in the movie. But basically every guy in the movie has had an interaction or has slept with or really wants to badly sleep with Belle. And the main boyfriend character, Franklin, has no idea that everybody in the movie sleeps.
My goodness, when the guy said
he's absolutely in love with her, but she
the funny part is like when they said right now when the guy said, yeah, I call her when you went to get the second hot dog. That was a funny line. That was a funny line, guys. If you haven't watched it, you know what? If you're here on the stream and you haven't watched it or you don't have time to watch a movie here, or if you want to see a lot of Brian's work and also the other filmmakers that are part of the Indikin, go to Indikin.ONLINE and you can check there all the movies. We need your support. Please go check it out. You know, I'm not gonna sell you a product, but I want you to go and see how incredible it is what we're building. We're building here on the blockchain. And
there it is.
Let's go, Brian.
There it is. Yeah, get yourself a pass. And then
you can get and we're building. And it also, let me bring down. I need to come down. If you are a filmmaker that would like to be an Indikin, or if you are someone who is, you know, who has a story to tell, please check us out and contact us. And there's a part. Where's the part that they can go and send a form to become a filmmaker?
Yeah, maybe that's
somewhere in there.
Bottom, somewhere here.
Somewhere in there. But there's a lot of information. We have an AI agent now. We have our coder our builder is Yala Coder. He's incredible, and you can ask questions about Indikin and each filmmaker.
Oh, let's ask one right here. Like, how do I become a filmmaker? So put that in. Let's see what the Indikin AI says here. Becoming a filmmaker in the Indikin ecosystem is exciting step towards bringing your creative vision to life and connecting with the supportive community. Yes. So how do I join? Let's ask.
Yes.
How
can I join or something?
I join? Oh, wow. Look at this answer. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's fast, man. Faster
Yeah.
than ChatGPT.
That's right. To join the Indikin ecosystem, you have several exciting options to become involved. If you're interested in becoming a filmmaker and bringing your creative visions to life on our platform, you can learn more about that process. For general information on how Indikin works, including our decentralized approach to funding, production, and distribution, you can explore the light paper. I guess that's where you'd find the information in the light paper there.
The light paper has everything. Just so you know, every filmmaker has a token. That's, we're doing blockchain. We're trying to merge blockchain and filmmaking and, all that stuff and funding. You could check
DeFi, decentralized finance tools.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can check the white paper for
Filmmakers, fans, and
information.
investors can earn money on the system.
Yeah, and we
Very
all have a token. Each filmmaker has a token that is kind of like merchandise. I have Lola. I'm not Lola, guys. I'm not Lola. I have Lola. Lola has her token. I'm her. Lola is a sock puppet. Don't tell her she's watching. She's a sock puppet. She doesn't know. She thinks she's human, and she launched a token. But I don't know how her token's doing. But we are all part of a net called Indikin. Indikin is our main official token for this project. So for this ecosystem, it's like an umbrella.
That's what's up. Do you have exciting Christmas plans?
My son just took a flight to Ohio for the first time on his life. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be away with from my child for the holidays.
Oh wow!
First time ever. I know it's a weird feeling. I still have my daughter here. I couldn't let them both go at the same time. But yeah, he's going to meet his cousins in Ohio. And what I'm going to be doing, I always stream Christmas and New Year's Eve. I do a streaming. Why? Because I want to make sure that people don't feel lonely. We have a lot of people that, families are away. It's very hard to travel. It's very expensive to travel. And, not only the economy, but sometimes it's they wait till after the holidays. So what I want to do, I just want them to know, even though it doesn't matter if I have one person on the other line, but I want them to feel like they're not alone for the holidays. And that's what I do. I stream. I play I play this character like I'm a DJ. So I play music. I act silly. That's it.
That's awesome.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I am doing, in the last couple of weeks after watching the Streamers Awards, I wanted to know more about streaming on other platforms like Twitch, like TikTok, like what other platforms are they? I can't remember which other ones. I can't remember. But
yeah, how was that?
The award show, it was good. I discovered a new world that I knew it existed, but I didn't know how powerful it was. So I'm studying a lot of the streamers. I don't think guys, after being on Twitch and seeing the girls streaming there, I don't think I could ever do that, but I can talk about the streamers. So I'm going to do a stream about the streamers. So I'm going to follow their what they're doing. And I don't know. Yesterday I had 3 hours of of the it was called the marine mammal rescue, and it's a center where they had otters, and I thought it was the cutest thing to watch the otters for 3 hours. So I did that. And the day before I did the star pawn star, the pawn shop stars.
Yeah.
And I love this the Antique Roadshow and things like that. I'm testing. I'm going around. I'm seeing, I'm seeing what I feel comfortable doing, and I like to talk. So I think I'm going to talk.
I love it.
That's
I
it.
love it. I love it. Yeah, your shows are great. You always bring the
Always improvise. People think that all my shows are improvised, guys. The only thing I prep is maybe open the drawer and see what costume I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
You know, like this. I saw you with the Santa hat and say, "Yeah, we have to." I put up the tree while you were, opening, and I was working.
The
And
tree looks amazing.
isn't that an amazing tree?
Yeah, I feel
I
like you're
love
in.
it.
It's like that tree is like coming through a portal from heaven.
Exactly.
Love it.
It's heavenly. Lately, I've seen lights and things like that, but I haven't had a chance to set up my lights or anything.
That's
And
awesome.
there's a lot of things I make notes about what's going on. Remember, we're gonna talk about the entertainment business and like, so what's going on. Paramount still fighting with Netflix to buy Warner Brothers. It's a
So wait a
war.
minute, this is the last version of this show, and then what? And then the new year, you and I are going to change the time slot on this, right? So
Yes, that
not be
way I could
fighting
be.
with your work schedule and everything. Yeah.
That way it's going to be easier. I'm sorry I was late again, guys, and I wish I could be more organized and have more stuff, but I have,
How did we get that? Dude, the JOB. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're going to switch this up. It'll still be on Wednesdays, or unless you want to do a different day or something like that.
No, I do it. Actually, I'm going to start streaming the Lighthouse even more after the New Year's Eve. I want to do the Lighthouse at least 2-3 times per week.
Yeah.
And I'm doing research to see number one, what I feel comfortable doing. And I think I'm going with the route of like watching other streamers and talking about what they're doing and what I think about things
Yeah.
like that. And obviously, I always like to have someone in the chat with me. So I'm probably going to do some spaces. If you watch me, if you see me that I'm opening a space, it's because I'm doing the Lighthouse. So come and join me so you can be part of the show too.
Yeah. So wait, when you say watching streamers, like, I watch a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff out there, and there's a few dudes that do these shows where, like, I can just go to their show and I'll see all the other channels because they'll break down like sort of the highlights of what everybody's talking about throughout
Yes.
the day. And
Yes.
that's their show. It's like
yesterday I was watching one of the streamers that lives in a house. Is part of this. Is one of the streamers that won an award for the Streamers Award. So
Yeah.
I start like looking into each one. What does each one of these streamers does besides having this incredible team of people that does all the technical, internet posting and things like that, because it takes a lot of work. What is so special on each one of them to get 4 or 5 million people? And it's not like fake subscribers. It's a real people.
Yeah.
So I've been following the streamers, and I think it's a great way to. Hey, I always look at people who do things that are successful.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong. Not like
So with the
there's nothing
streamer
wrong
awards, were they like thanking? I'm sure they were thanking God first and their parents, but did they thank their agents and managers by chance?
No, not at all. Not at all. You know what? God was present. It was an event that was held here at the Wiltern Theater that I used to work for. And it's a very new event. The person who organized it was one of the streamers, a lady, and she made a big mistake, I think. Most of the world of streamers, no, a big mistake on the way that she produced the show. She was a woman as the MC with another woman as the MC and another woman on the floor. Streamers, most of them are like the big names that have the biggest followers, 14 million people following them. They're men. So I think it lacked a balance on the stage, on the award show of that. And I think the audience reacted a little bit negative. I think it lacked something like a good comedian. Like I would put Matt Reef. Matt Reef would have been perfect for that. I would hire. Yeah, and he's local. He's from LA. The awards were here in LA, so people, you know, that event, it's going to be huge. I know what I'm telling you. I work all the events, MTV Awards, Country Music Awards, Soap Opera Awards, everything you could imagine. That event is going to be huge. It was organized by QT Cinderella, which is a streamer. And it's like everything, like in every community, you have groups of people who are like it. It's a mafia, guys. So I want to know more about that mafia. Who's who, you know, what do they do to be successful? I'm sure they have a team that controls everything and supports the technical part.
Yeah.
And if we're here, you know, it's part of film. It's also part of film because they follow the lives of these people. They live kind of like yesterday. I was watching one of the guys stream, and they live in a house with like 20 rooms, and there's always people working. It was set up like studio. Like, you know, they have these kids, 20, 19 years old, living all together and with the camera on their face 24/7. That must be hard. So
Yeah.
I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
Why not? You know,
It makes sense. I
had-
mean, it seems like
I had
the
people
streamer
watching,
awards
people
should be a
watching.
big deal. Everybody's
I-
watching streams and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's a lot of money in that. You know, so
Yeah.
and you and I need to do something. I told you what I want to do. I want to go to the cemetery and see the graves of the stars. We have to do a tour. We have to try to get locked in and spend a night at the cemetery. It's challenging. And we're going to film it.
Can we do this in the summertime? I mean, it's cold at night, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's do
We
it
need like a
something
sneak a
that
tent in.
we have to suffer. We have to
Yeah, we need
suffer.
to sneak a tent in or something. See if we can set up a tent.
We need a cameraman. I'm thinking of, you know what? There's someone who lives in LA. I'm not going to say his name, but we say we're going to go to dinner as a welcoming. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a picnic in a weird place.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe we can invite him and trick him into like, yeah, let's go to dinner at night. And we can take him and, you know, do a picnic at the cemetery.
And we'll have like dug a grave like before, and we get there and like jump in. We try to
let's
trick
see what
him
it
into
feels
getting.
like it. Or let's, something like that. Let's just like set up a camera to see if we can catch a ghost or something and stream 24/7. Something like that. I don't know. We have to be creative, guys. I have to
Catch a ghost. We should do to catch a ghost, like a Ghostbuster show, maybe.
Ghostbusters. I think so.
I would love to do a
that.
Ghostbuster.
You know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about calling a psychic to see what's going on with Richard Hart in our community.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
Yes, I was thinking about that, but I'm gonna wait for the holidays to pass by because you know it's a holiday.
There's a chef that I've become pals with, and he has this little crew of people, and they kind of go around to different restaurants around town, and it's all based on what Chef Dave picks and stuff. And sometimes they'll cook meals for them, and they've been talking about doing like a cooking show for a long time.
Man,
and I think I really want to try to push this through this year.
Yes, absolutely.
Film some episodes.
We have to become. Can we represent the Indikin team? I can cook, man. I can cook Italian, man.
Ooh,
I can do that. Like throw the bits on the air and things like that.
I want to eat some of your Italian food. That sounds amazing.
I know. We have to do a get together again.
Yes.
We only had coffee, guys. We only have like
Once.
5.
It's silly. We got to get together
We live in
soon.
the same city. Yeah. I don't know. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like Saturday Night Live. You know when they're like, yeah, and we have to talk. We have to get together, don't you think?
Yes. Are they making fun of NPR radio?
Yes.
Something like that.
NPR.
It's very serious, soothing, relaxing voice.
We can put people. We can.
Oh, you're really good at that. Yeah, you've got the voice for it.
Say SMSR, MS. I can never say that. MSMR, MS. What is
I
it?
mean, you're a legit radio pro, though. You come from that world, so you know it.
No one knows about it. I'm just kidding, guys. I know. Just
Are
believe.
we doing a space today? Is that happening? I
Is that what
haven't seen
we're doing? I have no
Tom
idea.
Lefty in the
Oh my
chat
God.
here.
I'm
Nothing
at
usually.
work. Guys, just put the movie. I've been called to do my real job. I need to go, guys. I'll be
All
right
right,
back.
you're out of here. I'm out of here too. Then
Are you gonna
Yeah.
do the movie, or people need to go and watch the rest of the movie?
They need to go watch the rest of the movie at Indikin.online.
Online.
So the
Go.
pass holders can watch the
Go.
rest of it, or you got to purchase the pass to finish the rest of that movie. So now I've done a film drop for all 3 of my feature films that are out there. I do have a couple documentaries that are on Indikin, but next year I'm going to be releasing a movie every month, basically.
Wow.
Well, probably
I'm
be
gonna
every.
get, you know what I'm gonna be released off? My work, my job if I don't go back. Yeah, I'm in trouble, guys. I'm in
All
so
right,
much
go back,
trouble.
go away,
I
go away.
love
We'll see
Indikin.
you.
That's
Love
what I
you
do
so
this.
much.
I get in
Thanks for
trouble because of
joining.
Indikin. Brian, we'll talk before the holidays.
Yes, we
Just
will.
come as a DJ. People, thank you for watching. Please retweet. Please comment. Just tell them just do something for us. Just retweet or just be present. Your presence is enough.
Talk about it around the Christmas
Much.
table, the Christmas dinner table.
That's right.
All right. Good
Watching
day.
the
Good night.
movie.
Talk to you later.
Thank
Love.
you. Bye.
Peace. And there she goes, the great and ever so powerful Georgia. What a lovely lady. What a passionate woman. What an incredible filmmaker who's on to her second documentary as we speak. All righty. I'll bring the Indikin website to the screen one more time. Check it out, Indikin.online. Of course, scroll to the bottom if you want to read the light paper. All the bells and whistles are in there. It's been a pleasure to bring the Black Belle to you guys today. Thank you all for your time, your attention, your ears, your eyes, your hearts, your souls. If I don't see you again sometime this year, you all have a happy, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a lovely, lovely New Year. Get on the good foot. Start putting good thoughts into your head. Start thinking good things. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of the dream. You create your reality. So create it in the way that you want. It's happening anyway, whether you're like it or not, it's happening anyway. So you might as well put some sort of influence to it. I am going to take us out with our little Indikin definition, if you will. Tell you what it is that we're doing from a notebook LM perspective. All right, I'm not sure if we'll have an X space open up here. Probably we usually do. I don't know. Maybe my partners are busy editing, working on films. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Mucho love and appreciation.
You know, for decades, Hollywood's been the undisputed king of storytelling. But what if that whole kingdom is, well, broken? Today, we're going to dig into a pretty radical new idea called Indikin that asks one massive question. Can crypto actually fix Hollywood?
Okay, so this quote, it really gets to the heart of a broken system. In the world of movies and art, you're either making the stuff or you're consuming it. The thing is, for way too long, that relationship has been a completely one-way street, leaving the actual creators with very little power and, frankly, even less pay.
All right, here's the game plan for this explainer. First up, we're going to look at what's called the creator's dilemma. Then, we'll dive into the 2 broken systems that are failing them. After that, we'll see how Indikin offers a third way, get into how it works, and even touch on how you can get involved. And finally, we'll tackle the big one. Is this the future of film?
So let's talk about the creator's dilemma. It has literally never been easier to make something and share it with the entire world. But for so many talented people, that's exactly where the dream grinds to a halt. The paradox is that even though the tools are in everyone's hands, actually making a living from your creativity has become almost impossible.
Okay, get ready for this number, because it says it all. A whopping 90%. That is the percentage of creators on a major platform, a platform designed to support them, who are earning less than minimum wage. The whole creator economy was supposed to be this huge revolution, but for most people, it's just another dead end.
And if you thought that was bad, it gets worse. Only 12%. Just 12% of full-time creators make more than 50 grand a year. The system is basically a giant pyramid, right? The top 1% are raking it in, and everyone else is just left fighting for the scraps.
So what does this all mean? Well, it basically leaves filmmakers with two terrible choices. A dead end that's guarded by these giant gatekeepers, or a hamster wheel that just never, ever stops spinning. So you've got two paths, right? On one side, there's the old school studio system. Sure, they've got the money and the distribution, but it is all about gatekeepers. To get your foot in the door, you often have to sign away your intellectual property, your great idea, and take some really unfair deals. On the other side, you've got the creator economy. Access is open, but you're at the complete mercy of algorithms that can change on a whim and destroy your income overnight. It just leads to total burnout and a super unstable life. Neither system is working for most creators.
Okay, so if both systems are broken, what if there's a third way? This is where Indikin comes in. It's a decentralized filmmaking ecosystem that's trying to completely rewrite the rulebook. It's built on the Pulse Chain blockchain, and it's creating a new model for making movies, one that's all about community, connection, and what they call kinship. At its heart, Indikin's mission is actually pretty simple. Give the power back to independent filmmakers. It's a system that's designed to help them fund their projects, get their work out there, and connect directly with the people who love what they do. No gatekeepers, no algorithms, and no one to ask for permission.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's powering this new creative economy. And don't worry, we're going to keep it simple. All right, first thing you need to know about are filmmaker tokens. Every single filmmaker in the system gets their own unique token. Now, the easiest way to think about this is like buying special merch from your favorite band. Except, instead of a t-shirt, this merch can unlock special perks and even give you a share of the money their films make. It's a way to directly invest in a creator you really believe in.
And then you have the main token for the whole ecosystem, which is called $Indikin. So if those individual tokens are like supporting one artist, holding the $Indikin token is like owning a piece of the entire film festival. It's basically an index of all the filmmakers on the platform, so by holding it, you get exposure to the success of the whole collective.
Now, this is where it gets really cool, because the beauty of the whole thing is how transparent it is. When a fan pays to stream a film, a smart contract on the blockchain automatically, and I mean automatically, splits the revenue. The filmmaker, their crew, their token holders, they all get paid instantly. And a piece of it goes right back into a community production fund, which creates this self-sustaining cycle to get new movies made.
Let's actually look at the numbers. Here's a simulation of how that revenue split works for, say, a $6 film rental. As you can see, the creators and their crew get the biggest slice of the pie. But a huge chunk also goes to the people holding their tokens, the holders of the main ecosystem token, and right back into that production fund. It's all out in the open, no black boxes, no Hollywood accounting.
So you might be thinking, this sounds cool, but is it some exclusive club? Nope, not at all. It's designed for pretty much everyone to participate. Let's talk about how you can join the kinship.
Especially if you're maybe a little crypto curious but not a total expert, getting started is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, you'll need a crypto wallet that works with the Pulse Chain network. Then step 2, you'll get some of that network's native token, which is called $PLS. And from there, step 3, you can just use a decentralized exchange to swap for either the main Indikin token or a specific filmmaker's token you want to support. And really, when we say it's for everyone, we mean it. The ecosystem has a spot for independent filmmakers, obviously, but also for DeFi beginners, total crypto natives, accredited investors, and of course, just regular film fans who want to support movies they believe in.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and think about the really big picture here. What does a model like this actually mean for the future of film and for storytelling itself?
You see, the ultimate goal here is actually way bigger than just one platform or a few movies. It's about using the power of storytelling to bring Web3 to the masses. It's about bridging that gap between mainstream culture and the blockchain by giving people a real, tangible way to own a piece of the art they love.
And all this brings us back to our final, kind of provocative question, a phrase that actually comes from the project's own founders. They've talked about building a filmmaker cult, a passionate, super tight-knit community that's all in on a new way of creating. So could a group like that, armed with these new decentralized tools, really be the ones to build the future of cinema? Well, that's a story that's still being written.